Democratic incumbent Jim Himes and Republican challenger Dan Debicella, candidates for the U.S. House of Representatives' 4th Congressional District, took the stage at Wilton High School on Sunday afternoon to discuss key issues during a debate presented by 12 area chapters of the League of Women Voters.
Universal background checks, as I have co-sponsored a bill that would reduce to 10 the maximum number of rounds that you could have in a magazine. My point of view is that if you can't hit the deer or protect yourself in your own home with 10 rounds, you probably need a little more time on the range. And we should, I believe, have a bright line of military combat assault weaponry that we deem to be inappropriate for either hunting or for home protection use.
First, keep guns out of the hands of criminals and those with mental histories. And this is where the background check is the most common sense thing. And we need to elect folks who are going to go down there, who are willing to stand up to their party. You know, Congressman Himes votes with his party 93% of the time. If I go down to Washington, I'm going to stand up to my party on a number of issues.
This is not just about, you know, guys who sit on corners waiting to be picked up by contractors. This is about 12 million people paying Social Security tax, paying Medicare tax, and helping fix the long-term challenges that we have there. This is about the fact that immigrants are 3 times more likely than Native Americans to start businesses. The kind of job growth that we're both calling for, if we could give these people, get them out of the shadows so they could actually start a business, we would see job growth in a major way.
Immigration is the lifeblood of America, and we need to continue it. And I also support the Senate bill, but I think we have to do one other element. We need to make legal immigration easier to come to this country. Because why do we have illegal immigrants, right? Some folks, of course, are coming over here to do no good. They're running drugs. They're doing something like that. The vast majority of people come here because they want to live the American dream.
And I fully support and am very proud of that vote on Lilly Ledbetter. One of the things we can do is do something that I think is important for a lot of Americans in this moment of recovery, which is raise the minimum wage nationally as we have in Connecticut. Why do I say that, and why do I link it to your question about women? There are far more women minimum wage earners today than there are men minimum wage earners. So one thing we could do in the Congress today would be to say, let's do what Connecticut did and raise that to 10.10. That in one stroke would actually help us move that 77 cents number towards the dollar number.
We have to make sure that young women and young men, for that matter, have opportunity. That's why I've come up with, I believe, what are some innovative proposals to get the economy going. One is to actually come up with tax reform that lowers rates for small businesses by cutting loopholes for big corporations. And this is something that takes a Republican idea and a Democratic idea and marries them. Get rid of special interest loopholes, but use that money to lower marginal rates. The way that you're going to get the housing market to take off again is to actually have demand for houses. And the way demand for houses happen is because people are moving in, not out of Connecticut, where we've lost 2% of our population last year. So unless we can fix these fundamental problems, anything else we do on the margin isn't going to matter.
Obviously, if the economy continues to recover, if we go from 65,000 jobs created in the last 4 years in Connecticut to 3 times that amount, we will have stronger consumers in better position to purchase. That's absolutely right. If we go from 10 million new jobs created in the last 6 years in the United States to 15 million, our housing market and our consumer markets generally will be better.
In Wilton, I'm Kwegyirba Croffie for It's Relevant News.